Here we are going to discuss about the voltage control methods. So in this voltage control, this is my change in voltage and this is sending in voltage and this is receiving in voltage. Here you are seeing the phasor diagram. This is my origin and this is my terminal voltage V2. And here I2 lags V2 by an angle phi 2. There is an I2R component parallel to I2 and I2X component perpendicular to I2R. So resultant vector is V1. So if you analyze this, you will be getting this component as I2R cos phi 2 and this component you will be getting as I2X sin phi 2. So total delta V is nothing but sum of this component plus this. So you will be getting I2R cos phi 2 plus I2X sin phi 2. That is, if you multiply and divide by V2, you will be getting V2 I2 cos phi 2 R plus V2 I2 sin phi 2 X. So this is my P2, this is my Q2. So P2R plus Q2X by V2. That is my delta V. If you assume X greater than R, then this is neglected, then delta V is directly proportional to X into Q2V by V2. So you can analyze from this that Q2 is my reactive power, is nothing but V2 by X into delta V. You can see thus controlling reactive power delta V. So if you vary this delta V, the reactive power will be controlled. This is the main concept. That is, we are varying the voltage delta V and my reactive power is changed. So there is an equation called generation must be equals to absorbed. That is, amount of reactive power generated in the system must be equals to amount of reactive power absorbed. This mismatches affects the voltage and not frequency. So practically this balance of the reactive power is impossible due to varied demand of consumers. So this balance is not possible. So we use some compensators. So reactive power generators are synchronous generators, motors, capacitors and all. Consumers are induction motors, transformers, etc. They all consume reactive power. So lightly loaded transmission lines produce reactive power. So in order to compensate this or to reduce this, it needs to be a sink. So heavily loaded transmission lines absorb the reactive power. So we have to need a source to balance the reactive power. So absorbers, if you see absorbers and sources, absorbers inductive reactors, sources are capacitors. So inductive reactors are series and parallel, capacitors are series and parallel. So in this parallel reactive power control, this also reactive power control. So in the series it limits fault current, but it limits fault by varying the reactance. So importance of voltage control. So voltage control at the terminals must be kept constant under all conditions. So if the voltage is very less, it reduces the light output. If the voltage is very high, it reduces the light of the lamps or motors. These are the methods of voltage control. The first one is tap changing transformer, shunt reactor, synchronous phase modifier, shunt capacitor, series capacitor, static VR systems. So if you see tap changing transformers, there are two types, offload and onload. So offload, here the diagram is shown. Here you are varying the taps by moving this knob. Then according to the voltage across the secondary terminals will be changed. So if the voltage is changed, we have already seen in the above expression that if voltage is changed, the reactive power can be controlled. So this expression can be minimized or this expression is satisfied. This is one of the method. So next one is on-load tap changer. This is on-load tap changer. Here you are having a center tapped reactor. So these are several tabs with switches connected. So by varying certain procedure is there. By S is closed, 1 is closed initially, then the path is like this. Okay. So this is HV winding and this is LV winding. So when the S is open, the path will be flowing from this path. One is closed, this. So effective inductance will be increased. So this is the main construction principle. Here you can see that S is open, 2 is closed. S is closed, 1 is open. So again the principle is same. Next is shunt reactors. So shunt reactors are usually connected between line and neutral to compensate the capacitive current from the transmission lines. So to reduce the capacitive currents in the transformer, we will connect to the line neutral. Needed when line is lightly loaded, especially in case of EHP and UHP lines. This is the construction of shunt reactor. This is my HP. This is connected to HP winding, and this is connected to neutral. There is a copper winding which introduces an inductance which absorbs the reactive power. This is a construction: steel tank, iron flux cut, everything. Next is shunt capacitors. So connected in parallel with the lines and installed near the receiving end substations. So injects leading VR into systems. These shunt capacitors are connected across the line. So this shunt capacitors injects a leading VR, that is minus QC. The normal expression is delta V. Already we have seen above. So here you can see that delta V is P2R plus Q2X by V2. The same expression I am using here in the case of shunt reactors. So P2R plus Q2X by V2. So this Q2 is again Q2 minus QC because of the shunt reactor. So the numerator is reduced, so that the voltage drop is reduced. When the voltage drop is reduced, from this expression you can see that the voltage drop is reduced, the effective reactive power required is reduced. So reactive power, okay. So that is the main principle of shunt capacitor. The reactive power will be reduced. It means it will be injecting system into leading VAR. Okay, this is the voltage versus distance waveform. This is a resultant waveform, and this is raised caused by capacitor. This is drop caused by load. Okay. Next is series compensation. So in this series compensation, increase power transfer capability. That is main aim of this series compensation. So here there is a line Rx, and X is a series capacitor, and this is a load P2 plus JQ2. Sending end voltage V1, receiving end voltage is V2. So power transfer equation is V1 V2 by X sin delta. XL is my inductive reactance. If you connect a shunt series capacitor, then XL minus XC, the resultant reactance is XL minus XC. When the denominator decreases, power transfer increases. It implies real power will be increased. Practically it is around 2 times. It will be increased by 2 times. This series compensation will improve the stability of the system, will improve the load division among the parallel lines, will improve the voltage. Here you can see that P2R plus Q2X by V2. Already we have seen the Q2 into X minus XC by V2. So this numerator is reduced, again this is reduced, and again Q will be reduced. This is the voltage expression. This is a resultant. This is your resultant, and this is raised caused by series capacitor. If you see the comparison between the series capacitor and shunt capacitors, series will improve the voltage, shunt will improve the reactive power control. Improves power factor, shunt capacitors improves the modifiers. So it is a synchronous motor running without a mechanical load, connected in parallel with the load at receiving end stations. This is my line, this is my load, and this is my synchronous condenser. Next, last method is static VR systems. In the static VR systems, we have 4 main types: TCR, TSC, FC TCR, and TSC TCR. So TCR and TSC comparisons. TCR means thyristor controlled reactor. TS is thyristor switched capacitor. So here capacitor will be there, here inductor will be there, and the operation is same. There is a high voltage transmission line through the transformer. You are stepping down and you are connecting through a reactor. This is a back-to-back thyristor. So current through the reactor is controlled by controlling the firing angle of back-to-back thyristors connected in series. So if you vary the firing angle, the current can be controlled. Thereby, amount of reactive power can be absorbed here. Here, amount of reactive power can be injected in the system. These are 2 main. Next comes FC TCR. Here fixed capacitor and TCR. TCR will absorb the reactive power. This will inject the reactive power. Similarly, TSC TCR. This will be injecting the reactive power. This will be injecting, and this will be absorbing the reactive power. So this is nothing but injection of VR systems. Okay.